Good afternoon, everybody, wherever in the world you are. We hope that you're keeping safe and healthy right now. Today, we're going to be talking about the new normal. So, how has the new normal been for you? I hope you guys are doing well. And do stick around with us for another spot of sunshine here at Illustrado Go Live.
I think life is easier now, like compared to like how it was before. Like I think I've and a lot of us have adjusted to the new normal. But I also feel like the normal is not the same for everyone, right?
Of course. Like we said before, things are not going to be the same again. And in some cases, that's not so good, but we have to embrace change and make it,
Yeah.
really work for all of us. And so we've got an entire lineup today of people talking about what the new normal means to them. But before we go ahead with that, we have a very, a few encouraging words from our dear Consul General Paul Raymond Cortez and Madam Yasmin Balajadia-Cortes. Watch this, guys.
The COVID-19 pandemic has wreaked havoc on the overseas Filipino in Dubai, in the UAE, in the whole world, as well as the global community. Admittedly, not one of us predicted this problem as we were left to grapple to come to terms with this crisis. But if there's one thing, however, it showed that the Filipino is more optimistic, determined, and resolute that we will overcome this pandemic.
Let us keep our efforts to fight this pandemic in sync with each other, understanding that when we are united in our undertaking, we will be victorious over COVID 19, now and as we move forward to new normal.
And if you just tuned in, my name is Lalaine Chu-Benitez. I'm the editor-in-chief here at Illustrado Magazine. And with me is, of
I'm
course,
I'm Alwee Villarosa. I'm the features editor of Illustrado magazine. I'm laughing because I was reading the comment of Enrique Yamson saying that
what
I have a pandemic hair. And it's like asking what is a pandemic hair?
we're going to be talking. Hold on to that thought of the pandemic here, but let me just thank first our dear Consul General Paul Raymond Cortez of the Philippine Consulate General here in Dubai and the Northern Emirates, and the very inspiring Madam Yasmin Balhadi Cortez. Thank you so much for those kind words. I know people need to hear from our leaders right now, just to encourage them and to motivate them to forge ahead. I know that these are challenging times, but sometimes we just have to just throw our cares out there and live optimistically. That's all we need, right, Alwee? We need to be hopeful of the way forward. And it's really important. It's imperative. It's so important right now to keep yourself healthy, not only physically but also mentally and emotionally. And part of that is being optimistic and seeing that there is a light, ahead of the tunnel. Uh,
Yeah.
Things are going to change, guys. It's not always going to be like this. So the best thing that we can do for us right now is to really adapt to the situation and enjoy the journey, right, Alwee?
Mhm.
And you want to talk about pandemic hair?
Yeah, I was asking like what is a pandemic hair? Enriquez.
Mr. Enrique Yamzon, pakishare ang iyong pandemic hair. For me, this is my pandemic hair, Alwee, because I had to do it on my own. I've never curled my hair before. So, I had to try. I think pandemic hair is about trying to manage yourself. Or maybe you don't even have a haircut.
Presentable in these trying times.
What are you doing with your hair, by the way?
Nothing. I just wash it and I try to make it nice, but it's
so you're not brave enough to do your own home haircut yet?
No, I can't. I can't do it.
It's very tricky. So while we're talking about our pandemic hairstyles, this is what the new normal means for a lot of people out there. Let's listen to our friends Bryle and Hilarion Oliver, Millette Suan, Jeri Willmott, and Dr. Rebecca Desiderio. Please listen to this.
Hi, my name is Jeri Willmott, stay-at-home mom to 3 young children, and I'm here to share with you our new normal. Our typical morning routine has changed. No more school drop-offs, but instead getting the kids ready for distant learning right after breakfast. But I didn't want to change their school routine completely, so I still put them in their school uniform and still sing the national anthem every day, and I'm also getting to do yoga after that. It can get really challenging sometimes, especially my kids' age, plus teaching is not really a role I ever would have chosen. I don't think I have the patience to teach, but we are managing somehow. I just have to make learning fun for them, finding different ways to be creative. There are also nights when I can't sleep because all I think about are those people that got badly hit by this crisis, for example, gardeners, laborers, and cleaning ladies. I made this mask. Well, they're reversible as well, and 100% sales of these goes to buying groceries to basically their necessity, at least for a week. For those, this is what I'm actually doing at the moment to support other people that have less than what we have.
Si Dr. Rebecca Desiderio, and I used to live in Dubai for almost 14 years. Now we are back in the Philippines. Totoo po na we are living in the very challenging times, and we are really in the new era. We're in the new currency is faith. So the pandemic really helped me and my family to focus dun sa mga needs namin instead of wants. Because sustainability is really important. So the simpler, the better. The situation really opened our eyes all the more to cultivate the 3 important things that will really last, and that is faith, hope, and love. And again, I want to encourage you, cast out fear, trust that God is able, and that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. God bless everyone and keep safe.
Hi everyone, this is Hilarion Oliver here in Riyadh City, Saudi Arabia. I'm actually going out now. But with the pandemic still going on and without vaccine being discovered, my new normal for me is having and wearing my face mask, a sanitizer with me to make sure that I always sanitize every time I touch something. So what I really learned from this pandemic, guys, is we really need to be, number 1, proactive, because our enemy here is really invisible. So we really need to be informed information here is the key, because we are located in different countries, so changes is always there, especially with the government regulations. And number two, guys, is we really have to take care of ourselves mentally, physically, and this has been my my way to cope up with that. So I've become really creative with my routine. So instead of going to the gym, I really have to work out at home, or finding locations outdoor that really is safe. So yes, guys, that's how I deal with this current situation. Again, this is Hilarion. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, my name is Millette Suan. You may be following me on Instagram at Life with Millette. I started off 2020 with the intent to at least visit 4 new destinations during the first half of this year. But little did we know that faced with the global pandemic, adapting to isolation and lockdown would take a prime focus. It is very human to miss the old ways, and as with any change, it's easy to feel a sense of loss. The new normal to me is wearing masks and gloves the moment I step out of my residence, having to embrace queuing when grocery shopping or even getting into a lift, physically staying away from elderly grandparents or pregnant friends to keep them safe. My regular coffee sessions with the girls or brunch with the family used to be the norm pre-COVID, but for now we can make do catch-ups via Zoom. With much of my life now happening between 4 walls, I tend to work from home as much as I can. A default during this time may be to focus on the coronavirus chaos, but I've learned that it's important to focus on the positives. I maintain a gratitude journal, recording my experiences, my feelings, what I've learned, anything that has given me a cause to celebrate. This is quite therapeutic and a great way to look back on long after COVID-19 has passed. By far, the biggest positive this pandemic has served is being able to watch my little daughter grow. I'm around her 24/7 trying to keep her busy and happy, and in return being grateful for life's little blessings.
Hi, it's me, Brian de Gracia, aka at Bryle Adventures. I've been in the Middle East for more than a decade. I used to be a healthcare practitioner as medical technologist and moved to hospitality industry prior to working to a SaaS company's software as service and account manager. And currently I'm working as a business development manager in a consultancy human resource. Bryle Adventures is a gallivan person. I love to attend events. Right now, my new normal for me is stay at home. I don't normally go outside if I don't have important thing to do. I don't drive if I don't have business meeting to attend. I stay at home, and if I go outside, I wear mask and gloves. It is essential, especially in this time of global pandemic where millions of people were affected. Stay safe, protect yourself, protect others. I am a very optimistic person with full of life. I manage the current situation with optimism. What I do with my daily routine, I wake up early in the morning at 6 a.m. I eat my breakfast, I take a bath, I go to the gym, run, and work. And I always ensure that I keep in touch to my family back home. I call them, and I end the day with a prayer. I pray to God, because this too shall pass. There are 3 important things I continuously learn during this global pandemic. First is health, time, and prayer. Health, because health is wealth. We have to boost our immune system. We have to eat the right food, go run and exercise, be fit and healthy. Second is time. Give time to your family and loved ones. Reach out to them, call them, ask them, and remind them that you love them. Third is prayer. Prayer is the most important and the most powerful weapon above all. Keep on praying. End the day with a prayer, because God answers our prayers. Thank you so much, guys. This is me, Bryle Adventures.
Back to us.
Okay. Before we talk about the new normal with our friends Alwee, why don't you greet some people? I think we have a lot of people watching us right now. Hi, guys.
I forgot to greet some people, but saying hello to you and thank you guys again for joining us. Saying hi to Rihanna Rain Vergara, Ace Reyes is watching, Ronald Awa, Enrique Yamzon, Lynn Ruiz, Leslie Ann Fiestan, Kim Sadiq Alvarez, Dr. Rebecca Desiderio is watching, Janice Rivales de los Santos, Noemi Lim, who else? Anne Agarpao, Elton Consignero Lipanta, Marlon Aquino Malinao is watching again. Thank you so much for always joining us. Who else? Stephanie Bruella, Bryle de Gracia, who just shared his new normal for our Illustrado, Usapang Illustrado. Dr. Romel Pilapil Seria is also watching. So thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you guys for your support. And may I say, Bryle de Gracia looking so flawless, Alwee.
Right? Oh my god, if you have not seen it, I was so Alio watching his new normal because I also see him on Instagram doing the TikTok.
So active, right? It's actually nice to see people active right now. They're out and about. I mean, Jeri Willmott is doing a lot of great stuff with her kids, her wild tribe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of there's a lot of message there for hope and being optimistic, for praying and trusting in his plan, right, in the process. And I think, one thing that we have to remember, and this I need to keep on, hammering to people, is that even if businesses have started and there's some movement wherever you are, wherever in the world you are, we have to remember that the coronavirus is still out there. So, while we're trying to get back to whatever normal was before, or while we're trying to get back into our activities, trying to go about our routine, going to work or whatever, please don't forget to be careful, right?
Yeah.
Alwee, are you positively, confident when you go out? How is it like going out for you these days?
Well, for me, I really don't go out if it's not necessary. Well, I do, I did paddle boarding 2 weeks ago just to kind of go to the beach and get some sun, do some activities, maybe ride my bike or do a run. But surprisingly, it's not the Dubai I know, because there's still not a lot of people who go out. Even if you go to the mall, not a lot of people still go out, and I think that's admirable, because people are still scared and taking safe measures, and people are still wearing masks, and I think we all should, because the fine is so expensive. So if you don't want to pay about 3,000 dirhams, might as well just stay safe. Just wear your mask.
And listen, wearing a mask has been such a controversial thing around the globe, guys. But just even if you feel healthy, even if you feel like you're not going to get sick, I think wearing a mask is being responsible for other people around you.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's your family members or everybody else who's around you. So it doesn't hurt, guys. Wear a mask. And if you must, you can always, put another protective cover or another fashionable cover if you feel like wearing a mask is not so fashionable.
Because
some people
wearing a mask is now our new normal. And
yes, wearing a mask.
I mean, it's expensive, but there are companies and maybe small shops that sell reusable masks. What I have now, it's linen.
Yeah.
So I just wash it every time and it dries so fast. I have to, so I can change it from time to time. But
exactly.
I don't need to add trash, because I was thinking, okay, I keep buying masks, but where does it go? Where does my trash go?
So we have to be very mindful, but just pinpointing whatever you said earlier, Alwee, it's here to stay. So there's no point in fighting it, guys. Get with the program. Do what's best for you. Wear a mask. Not only for you, but for everybody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of going out these days, we're looking at various companies. Some of these people are already our friends in Illustrado for years, and we wanted to ask them about what is the new normal for them. So first of all, we're going to be hearing from our friends at Emirates Airlines and see what's happening with travel post-COVID or during the COVID crisis. How are they managing? This is very interesting, you guys. So watch this. So yes, there are a lot of measures, being utilized right now by companies like Emirates Airlines, Alwee, to make sure that the travelers are safe. You can see that the crew is wearing PPEs. They have the protective, clothing, and then they have the masks and everything and the gloves. And then even at the airport, apart from the thermo scanners and all that, I was fascinated, Alwee, with the rapid testing. That in certain, for certain destinations, they can actually test you before you even board, right? So, so it's apparently, travel is possible. So there's hope, guys. It's not going to completely die out. It's going to be recovering, maybe not as fast as a lot of us would like it to recover, but it is recovering and there's hope out there. And I think, Alwee, it's good to announce that Emirates Airlines is operating some repatriation flights to the Philippines. Alwee, do you have that information?
Yes, I'm just going to share with you guys the details of Emirates Airlines repatriation back to the Philippines. The dates available are this month in June is June 5, 11, 16, 22, 26, and 30th. So the flight scheduled Dubai to Manila will depart Dubai at 2:55 a.m. and arrive in Clark at what is this? Sorry, 5:45 p.m. Oh, that's 3:45 p.m.
3:45 p.m. Yeah. So that's
the repatriation is still subject to the government approval.
Yeah, because of course, if the airport is closed back home, then EK can't do anything about it. But they're operating and they're trying their best. So for people who need to go back home to the Philippines, there are those flights for you. So just repeating it, the flights are on the 5th, which is already done. So you have the 11th, the 16th, 22nd, 26th, and 30th. So guys, if you have to go home, do check out Emirates Airlines, right?
Yeah. So, and again, the flights, the EK will be operating in Clark Airport and not the Ninoy Aquino International Airport.
All right. Super important information. Other places, Alwee, what about hotels? Our friends from Radisson Blu Dubai, Dera Creek, and Dusit Dubai and Dusit Abu Dhabi have this to share about how they're operating right now. Let's watch this video.
part of our global response to the COVID-19 pandemic, our highest priority is the continued health, safety and security of our guests, team members and business partners. Here at the Radisson Blu Hotel Dubai Deira Creek, we are partnering up with SGS, the world's leading inspection, verification, testing and certification company, to ensure our protocols are completely aligned in accordance to the latest policies given by local authorities. So first of all, our team members are provided with personal protective equipment such as masks and gloves. Partnership with global hygiene solutions provider Diversey, we conduct a thorough cleaning and disinfection process for each facility prior to opening and receiving visitors. We have increased the frequency of cleaning and disinfection of all possible areas, paying special attention to high-touch items like the reception, waiting areas, door handles, elevator buttons, and staircases, wheelchairs, and luggage police. Stations have been installed with alcohol-based hand sanitizers and gloves in all public areas. We conduct regular contactless body temperature screening for all of our staff and guests during the day, as well as for the visitors and third-party contractors and suppliers before entering the hotel premises. Social distancing is strictly implemented in all areas of the hotel, including the restaurants, elevators, reception, meeting and event facilities, even the gym, and basically all public areas. Protective screens have been installed on all reception desks, and an enhanced and recorded cleaning and disinfection frequency is being implemented and monitored. All room keys are disinfected and presented safely upon check-in. Express checkout processes are available for guests to minimize the contact. Cash-free methods of payments are readily available and encouraged. Door hangers are displayed with cleaning and disinfection procedures in each room. Finally, we conduct regular comprehensive hygiene and prevention training programs for all of our team members. Everyone is regularly trained and updated on COVID-19, including the symptoms, precautionary measures, requirements and procedures to be followed. The health and safety of our guests, employees and partners are of paramount importance to us, and we have definitely maximized our efforts and investments to ensure a safe, completely comfortable experience for all of our guests.
At Dusatani, Abu Dhabi, our highest priority is you. Taking care of your health, safety, comfort and well-being. Our housekeeping colleagues strictly follow the group's hygiene, cleanliness policies and safety management system. We aim to delight and provide you as a valued guest with the utmost standards, service, attention and comfort you deserve. Having you here with us is a great encouragement to the entire team to continue the commitment to a service of excellence. We look forward to welcoming you back with the gracious Thai hospitality at Dusatani, Abu Dhabi.
Yes, Alwee, we have some friends to greet right now.
Yeah, we have Brian watching, Jeri Willmott from Abu Dhabi is watching, Naomi Lim, who else? Elton Lipanta, Joan Rico is also watching, Tom Alvarado, and Hilarion Oliver, ang daming fans ni Hilarion, in fairness.
Hey, Hilarion!
Dr. Becky Desiderio is watching, Ayan Gonzaga, Jessie Tabla, Ann Liagas, Roseanne Antonio. So thank you guys.
Villa from Kapit Pandesal. Hi, V. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you've just tuned in, we're talking about the new normal. And please do share what the new normal is for you, right? And yeah, Enrique Amazon, we want to see a picture of your pandemic haircut. Okay, so if you guys want to share a photo or a video of what the new normal is for you, just share it with us, and we'll be more than happy to share it with the rest of the world later on. Yeah, so our friends at Radisson Blu Dubai Deira Creek, Dusit Thani Dubai, and Dusit Abu Dhabi, it's good to see that they're back on their feet and they're trying to restart business again. And guys, if there's any chance that you can, please do support local businesses because they need our help. This is a community, it's an ecosystem, so we need to help each other. And it's good to see that they're trying their best to really put safety measures so that everybody's protected, not only their customers, but also their staff, right, Alwee?
Yeah.
And, and I think you have a special promotion to announce for Radisson Blu, Dubai Dairy Creek.
Dubai Dairy Creek fish market and is open, and they have an offer for Illustrado fans, which is buy one get one. So fish market is now open from 12 noon to 10 p.m. And a Friday brunch served to the table with live station for only $299 per person with soft drinks, and $399 per person with house beverages.
And yes, Sumibia is also open, right? From 6 to 10 p.m. on weekdays and on Fridays and Saturdays, right? And
Yes.
yeah, just to highlight the special offer, and this is specific to Illustrado fans, okay? So it's the Fish Market Friday Brunch and Yakiniku Buffet. So it's a 1+1 deal, buy one, get one. And all you have to do is when you call Radisson and book, the code name that you're supposed to be using, or the code word is Illustrado. Now, where else can you get a discount, right? Like that. So just say Illustrado and they'll give you a discount. Right, Alwee?
Yeah, so that's an unlimited feast on seafood, grills, and mains, and like other things, and so many things. So if you're interested with that and do have a bit of feel of like what the normal was for you, just call them up and do a reservation. Again, use the code Illustrado.
Yep, that's for Radisson Blu Dubai Dairy Creek Hotel. And yes, now we're going to be showing what the other businesses are doing. Our friends from Kaya Skin Clinic, Gymnation, and Strawberry Nails, even the SMEs are trying to adapt to this new situation. So let's watch what they have in store for us.
Hi Illustrado fans, Aldrin here from Dubai. Hope you guys are well and staying safe. So here at Gymnation, just before we reopen, during the lockdown, we undergo a full sanitation all across our facilities, making sure every square feet and every single piece of equipment we have at the gym are fully sanitized for our members' safety. And as soon as we receive the instruction from higher authority, we just adhere on it. One, making sure you wear your mask every single time. At the entrance, the temperature is being checked and making sure they have a towel with them. Every piece of equipment that our members are going to use is being sanitized before and after they use it. On our group classes, studios, our capacity has been reduced to 50% just to make sure we have social distancing so our members feel safe. Hope you guys are staying well and be safe.
To all the Illustrado magazine fans all over the world, in behalf of Strawberry Nails Dubai, this is Miss Anne saying, how are you guys coping this new world we're staying right now?
Our clients, we encourage them to wash and sanitize hands before and after services. Face masks, face shields, and overall must be worn by our treatment specialist during the time of service. Salon accepts 50% capacity of all services permitted to all salon protocols. No home services, massage, and other prohibited activities. We do appointment by booking only via system using Gracia and schedule. The surfaces, chairs, doors, we do the contamination after each client and we encourage our client to wash and sanitize hands before and after the services. We conduct the thermal fogging treatment to eliminate the 99.9 bacteria pathogens, including COVID-19.
Our new world is fighting for this pandemic. Strawberry nails saying, practice social distancing, always practice proper hygiene, and most of all, don't forget to pray. I hope soon all of us will pass through these pandemic days. From the bottom of my heart, much love, God bless.
So really, it's great to see that not only the big companies, but also the small and medium-sized enterprises are really adapting to make sure that everybody's safe, right now. And, it's good to see our friends, really buffing up their safety protocols out there. And I think this is what everybody needs, right? So you at least feel secure when you go out, right, Alwee?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's nice that businesses are doing their part in terms of like keeping everyone safe. But I feel like it's also our duty to make others feel safe and like stay safe ourselves as well.
That's a good point. So always, carry sanitizer with you, wear that mask, wear that glove wherever you need to. How are you on face shields, Alwee? Have you tried that?
Oh no, like I have not tried face shields. I only have masks and gloves. That's it.
Yeah, when we went to the supermarket 2 weeks ago, Mon and I were wearing that hat with a face shield, and we were like beekeepers, beekeeper realness. But it's okay because I felt safer because I felt like I was in my own bubble. So why not, right? Anyhow, so we have more friends talking about the new normal, and this time we're talking about what new things they've put in their lifestyle. So it's from doing exercise to teaching people, using the online or social media platform, as well as jamming and doing music online. So let's listen to these people.
What is up, Illustrado? It's your boy Ace Reyes up in the building. So yeah, adapting to the new normal. So what I was doing during quarantine, I was just staying at home, finding a lot of time to catch up with myself, playing video games and stuff. But then I grew tired of it, so I explored more. I broke down the way I do things, especially in photography and videography, and that kind of inspired me to grow my social media pages more. And yeah, I thought at that time it was the perfect time to expand my audience and learn more about the craft itself. So it's just a big reset for everyone. Plus, I really don't think that this is like the new normal, but it's kind of like a temporary normal, because I solely believe that we're gonna get back to the way things were like 6 months ago. So hoping for the very best. If you feel so inclined, please check out my social media pages. On Facebook, it's Ace Reyes Photography. Cannot miss it. All of my previous videos were there. Psychology of portraiture and 5 tips from a professional photographer. So yeah, hope everyone is safe and everybody love everybody. Thank you so much, Illustrado. Keep safe. Let's go. If you think your goal as the photographer is to make your subject comfortable, you're doing it wrong.
Hi, Maki.
X from YY.
Bali Jumble, isa siyang collaboration ng mga artists, banda, sa ibang parte ng mundo, hindi lang sa Pilipinas. Binuo siya ni Ricky Tech, isang magaling na live sound engineer sa Pilipinas.
So yung project na to, nag-start siya in support of our kapatid sa music industry na badly affected ng issue ngayon, pandemic. So yung mga collaboration video is to show others na o kaya maging aware yung ibang tao na pwede silang sumuporta kahit nasa malayong lugar sila So, ngayon yung perfect time para magsuportahan tayo and show the love.
Yeah. Kung may nakita kayong video, check nyo lang.
Kung paano makatulong. So, yung video is really for a good cause. So, check it out.
Support!
Thanks and
Peace.
take care.
Magandang araw mga kabayan. Ako po si Architect, Live Sound Engineer. Ang Jumble po ay nagsimula before that, nag-trigger talaga sa akin yung mga kaibigan ko sa PUP, sa organisasyon namin ng Panday Pira na mga halo-halong visual artist and may mga musikero din. Kaya ginawa namin online, kanya-kanyang recording, etc. And then, eventually, nag-evolve siya into a fundraising project dahil nakita namin na may mga matinding pangangailangan pa rin ang mga iba-ibang, lalo na sa sektor namin, mga kasama naming roadies at mga ibang musikero. Kanya-kanyang may mga shows din na ginagawa sila para makalikom ng mga konting financial tulong para sa mga kasamahan namin. Check out the Facebook page ng Roadies Club PH at Kayakap.
So these are the tips to do in the morning before you start your day. First, I love to do the yoga, slow stretching, and breathing. So you start on your cross-legged, so comfortable, any comfortable seats. 1 minute shot or 5 minutes is advisable. Just inhale through your nose and then you exhale out through your nose. So you close your eyes as long as you breathe in, inhale, not in your head 5 to 6 seconds, and then you exhale out through your nose. So you can have a relaxing good and also beautiful benefits of yoga, not just flexibility, it also reduces stress and increases your energy level. So we go on to our postures. After you do the breathing, you start with cat and cow, so all fours. So sitting your belly here, look up, inhale, and then you exhale, round the spine, change your chest. Like tight. So do this 5 times. Look up, squeeze your shoulder blades, and then you exhale back again into your cat pose. So cat and cow. So after cat and cow, bring your knees wide, feet toes touching together. Your own chest also. Really good stretching your spine and then your shoulders. And try to aim for your butt to be on the heel. And again, in all the postures, you breathe in and out your nose. And in, go into your downward facing dog. So spread the feet wide, feet equal distance apart. I love down dog. It's a full back body stretch. So it stretches your hamstrings and stretch your spine to the side of your body. Then just relax your head. Breathe in and out to your nose. Then drop your knees down. Bring your knees together. Sit on your heels. And then take a few moments there. Again, in and out your nose. Just listen to your breaths. And you start your day. And you go for power walk. And me and Ernie, we go for power walk. Have a beautiful day, guys. Okay? See ya.
So it's so great to see all these people, sharing not only their passion or their work, but also their art, Alwee, like Jabali, sharing yoga. And then you have Ace Reyes teaching people how to do photography. And of course, Mackie Alvarez and Christian Alvarez with Ricky Tech, jamming online. That's really nice because, you have all these things that you can, that can be useful for your life while you're self-isolating at home, right?
Well, I also because we do what we need to do, like to keep ourselves sane and healthy, like mentally and emotionally healthy, especially with a lot of things we're seeing online. Because like our news feed now, like are not so healthy because of all, like it's sad and it's angry and all that. But like as human beings, we also need to do something for ourselves to keep ourselves.
You have to find the beauty in a situation like this. And I think it's great that people are sharing their knowledge or, sharing their passions. Like I said earlier, they're sharing their passions with the rest of the world. So that's one beautiful thing that I've seen, throughout this whole thing. And I think you've got some people sharing about their new normal, Alwee.
Yeah, from this live. We have from Elton Lipanta. He says, it's my second week going out for work. So many has changed. The face mask, of course. Before we enter the office, we have to wear shoe covers and temperature is being checked every 4 hours. Sanitation gel every corner of our office. And also from Erwin Guangco Narito from United Hoteliers of the Philippines. New normal means readapting everything to offer a safe stay experience by integrating new process and smart management into how businesses should balance the risk and opportunities during the crisis caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. And also from Dr. Romel Pilapilserio, he says, the new normal in the educational front is to have online classes, blended learning and flipped classroom modalities emerge as new trends as well.
Yeah, I actually love that there's more stress or more importance being put right now on health and safety. That's a very important thing. And I hope even when COVID goes away, that some of these security measures or safety measures will always be practiced because it's good to be clean. It's good to be mindful of how you protect yourself. And, Alwee, one of the things that I really like during this whole thing is that we can communicate like this now. You don't have to be sitting at one place to do your work. I particularly love doing Zoom conferences and, doing meetings with so many different people just sitting in the comfort of my own home. So I hope that
the world.
I hope that continues, that we have all these facilities and infrastructure moving forward. And, one of the new things or one of the, the new normal for us here at Illustrado is doing webinars. We're going to launch our first webinar next week. And this is all part of the Illustrado Learn series to help disseminate relevant information out there. And, since our last live stream, when we were talking about how to get jobs during the COVID pandemic, we've had requests from people saying that they want to hear more about this sort of, information or educational content. That's why we decided that we're going to be putting together our panel of experts so that they can talk to people who need jobs right now and, really give them the information on which industries are hiring, how they can better their chances, how they can write that CV, how they can nail that virtual or Zoom interview, and how to land that job, and if they want to go into freelancing or entrepreneurship. So we invite you all, if you need a job or if you have a friend who has a need for a job or is trying to change careers, please, this webinar is for you. It's the 15th of June. That's next Monday. We're going to play the clip so you get full information on this webinar. yes, friends, please do join us next week. That's on the 15th of June on a Monday. We start the webinar at 7 o'clock and end at 9. And we have heavy hitters from the human resources field, right? To help you and guide you in case you need a job, in case you need career development, or if you're contemplating on becoming a self-employed freelancer or an entrepreneur, right? So please join us. And this webinar requires free registration. It's absolutely for free. We're going to be sharing the link with you, on the post later on. And yeah, Alwee, you have more people chiming in on what's the new normal for them.
Yeah. Another one is from Al-Alim Yasmin. My new normal while I was working at home, I play a lot of video games. And then after I got a bit bored, I worked out and learned to cook with my air fryer. I love air fryers. I was also able to save more money while working at home. From YY and Wiki Tech are doing the jams to raise funds. Keith Walter Ayuso, the new normal is take a bath once you reach home, not before. Interesting. From Jay Tolentino, financial literacy should be part of the new normal in preparation for the next crisis. Hope that this situation made many expats realize the importance of having emergency savings. And another one from Romel Pilapilserio, he says, interestingly, mental health programs are integrated in the operations across industries. Help centers for psychological first aid are available and are being conceptualized to facilitate well-being of people in the workplace, which I think is also very important.
Yeah, mental health is so important right now, especially at the time when people are going through so many challenges. So yes, actually that's one part of the webinar that we're doing next Monday, right? It's how to keep yourself healthy and optimistic, at the time of great difficulty like this. But yeah, all those things are very valid, saving money and, being mindful and all this. There's one thing I don't like, Alwee, with this new normal, and it's going to the grocery store or doing my shopping, because then you have to sanitize everything and that takes a lot of time. But hey, what can you do? It's better to be safe, right? Anyway, going back to our regular programming, we wanted to show you again, you must have missed it, especially a lot of you folks who are into photography. We're going to be showing you Illustrado scrapbook, and this is work from our very talented photographers from across the globe. Some amazing photography there from our, really talented Filipino artists, Archilo Romero from Pampanga, Topi Comeso in Dubai, Jomar Torrecampo from Macau, and Alan Borbor, who's based in Manila. So thank you guys. If you're a photographer and you want to share your work here at Illustrado, just message us and, show us your shots, and we'll take it from there. Right now, we're going to be honoring a couple of our frontliners, Alwee, in It's What I Do. We're featuring Romeo Ultraman Puncha and Dr. Eileen Villanueva. They're both in Abu Dhabi and working so hard to keep everyone safe during this pandemic crisis.
Hi, my name is Romeo III Tumayo Puncha. I am working as an emergency medical technician in Emergency and Public Safety Department in Abu Dhabi. And by the way, my job is to provide basic life support and pre-hospital care management, patient transport and assessment, and also to provide the highest quality emergency medical and trauma care treatment to all our patients. The most difficult part in my job is when you are providing a pre-hospital treatment to a critical patient. And to tell you honestly, this past 2 months as well, because I was assigned in a station where I am also attending suspected and COVID-19 positive patients. To tell you honestly, I really love my job. I love servicing. I love interacting with people. And the most fulfilling part is when you are able to provide the best treatment, the highest quality care to all your patients with TLC or tender loving care. My message to my fellow frontliner is make things simple. Love your job, boost your immune system, make yourself happy, and continue loving and honoring God. And I want you to remember this, that the other ministry of Jesus is healing or healthcare. And that is our job. And to everyone who is listening and watching right now, I want you to understand that when you follow or obey the rules and regulations that the government implemented to help us to protect against COVID-19, you are making yourself a hero. You are the real hero.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eileen Villanueva, a general practitioner in Abu Dhabi since 2008. I'm assigned in fever and COVID clinics during this pandemic. Tough, at the same time scary, but I will not turn my back to my duties and responsibilities as a doctor, ensuring my patients will feel the compassion and hope that would help them to hold on to fight and survive the virus. Hope is one thing that keeps us going, and I believe that we will overcome this current situation. Trusting with the Lord is my greatest strength, and through prayers, I know I'm shielded. There are many studies and researches that are being worked on, and let us pray that the vaccine will be available soon. In this time of pandemic, everybody is affected. No one is exempted, even us in healthcare. Gradually, I'm learning to adapt the new normal in my daily duties. For me, life must go on. My message to everyone is to follow the rules and restrictions of the UAE government to contain the COVID-19 virus. Wear masks in public places, keep appropriate distance from each other, frequent, correct hand washing, still the best way to stop in transmitting the COVID-19 virus. Doing exercise inside the house, eating healthy foods, and stay positive will boost our immune system. And keep in mind that nobody is exempted from trials of life, but everyone can always find something positive in everything, even in the worst of times. Keep the faith, stay safe and healthy.
So thank you so much to Romeo Ultraman Punsha and Dr. Eileen Villanueva, who were part of the Illustrado 300, in January this year. And you see here, our frontliners are really sacrificing their lives just to make sure that people are safe and, they recover from this disease, right, Alwee?
Yeah. So again, Romeo is an emergency medical technician, and Dr. Eileen is GP. I think like their work, it's very selfless, because like especially like we are only realizing it now that like there's a pandemic going on. But again, as Romeo said, like staying at home makes you a hero already. Not spreading the disease or like not helping spread the disease.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think the next time you feel like you don't want to wear a mask or you're feeling a little bit irresponsible, please think about our frontliners, because the more we can help them, the more we stay at home, the more we practice safety and hygiene and, cover up with a mask and gloves whenever we need to, the better it is for all of us. So, let's not give them more people to take care of, and exhaust the system. So kudos to all our frontliners. If you guys are out there, give us a holler, say hi to us. You guys are heroes, so, keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, from frontliners to fashion, Alwee. So F&F.
Escalating things very quick here.
What do you think about fashion, Alwee? Because fashion has been such a controversial discussion in the last couple of weeks. And I remember there was an article in Esquire magazine in the Philippines, and it seems that people were hating on Heart Evangelista when, she was posting her photo with, these fancy face masks, and I think she was wearing some PPE inspired clothing. What do you make out of that, Alwee?
Well, I think it's people. Sorry. This is a very personal thing for me because, like, it's stemming out from a call-out culture on social media. Because aside from the pandemic, there are other things happening in the world that, like, we didn't know of. Like, beside from the Black Lives Matter protests happening in the States now, there have been protests in Egypt, in Lebanon, in Yemen. But like it's the normal. Like people were living normally. And even before, like everyone's normal, it's not the same normal. And now like people are calling each other out. So it's like that was my issue there. It's like the call out system. But do we look at when we do call out other people, do we look at what they do as well? Like to help others?
Exactly. I think sometimes we tend to be judgmental. And I think there's so much going on around the world right now. And people are saying that, so why there's no space for fashion because people are starving, because people don't have jobs. There's a pandemic going on. There's a protest in the US and, in different countries around the world. But I think especially the pandemic, talking about the pandemic, it's good to be very mindful. It's good to acknowledge these things. And if you do feel like you want to participate and you're very passionate about it, please do so. But I don't think you have to stop other people from being celebratory, because I think we have to find goodness, amidst all this. And life has to go on. I mean, if this pandemic is here for what, a year or 2 years, does that mean that we will all have to be miserable? And, what about the fashion industry? They still have to have their industry, right? There has to be fashion. There has to be a way for people to, express themselves, to be creative. Because, like even people during the lockdown, in self-isolation, they had to, you had the styling challenge, Alwee, right? With friends like Val Montuerto and Mariska and all these other, Way Soriano, the Metro Sapiens, they were doing the style challenges because it helps you keep sane. It's part of what makes us human. So I think we shouldn't kill that. And we shouldn't be judgmental. Just because you see a picture, it doesn't mean that that's the entire life of one person.
Yeah.
If you're judging one person, but you don't know, maybe they're helping without announcing it to the world, because not everybody wants to announce how
people have been putting out donations and supporting organizations for specific causes, and they don't post about it.
Exactly. And yeah, to each his own. I think as long as you're not stepping on somebody else's toes, as long as you're being mindful and being sensitive, be sensitive to other people's needs, be empathetic and all that, but do not, I think, judge other people. So that's, that gives us our segue now to our fashion portion, because there has to be a way of making, light of whatever mask and PPEs need to be worn out there, right? So we've put together a slideshow of some of the really interesting photos and videos that we've seen from our friends in the fashion industry. And we've also taken the photo of Heart Evangelista there just as an inspiration for people out there who still want to remain fashionable despite the situation. So let's see it now, Alwee. This is going to be very interesting.
Jazz Club. Really flying the music. Okay. And it's so packed in here. The band sounds great. Double penny whistle track. How are you? Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah, man. Did you you went to the screening of Pull My Daisy? Yeah, did you enjoy it? Yeah. Yeah, I love. Yeah, that movie is great. That's the second time I saw it. With David Amram talking about it. Really. I love that movie. Okay. Alright, yeah. Thank you. Alright, people let me sneak through.
Wow, Alwee, I really need to step up my mask and face shield game, right? Amazing stuff. Really amazing stuff. Which one is your favorite?
My favorite is Ignacio Loyola's and Michael Cinco's.
Yeah, that totally bejeweled Swarovski crystallized mask, right? But just
Organo's is like really good. Like the silk mask is also very, very nice. Very
Excellent.
nice. It is.
Yeah, so it's really an excellent lineup there. We had Michael Cinco, Guy Soriano, Val Montuerto doing his isolation looks. The Metro Sapiens, Kel Recuenco, and Ivan Cabadit. Ignacio Loyola's mask were wow, really. Sherwin Darrell, Garamond Rofero's Pandemic Realness, Jesse Sindayan, Kenneth Surratt with his leather take on Hannibal Lecter, and of course the photos of Heart Evangelista and other fashionistas, within the Filipino community around the world. I think just a disclaimer here, guys, that these are not safety masks, okay? These are fashion masks. Now, if you have to wear something more safe inside of these fashion masks, please do so. This is not, we're not saying that these are going to, stop the virus or something. These are used for, for fashion's sake. So if you have to wear a second protective layer inside, that's the best, I think, right, Alwee? Anything to add there on fashion?
I'm just like really inspired. I'm like thinking like, so like, how should I wear my mask the next time I'm out?
Exactly, right? I mean, all of a sudden, the typical things look so lame now. We really have to step up, right?
So basic.
I can't look like a beekeeper anymore. That's super. But anyway, guys, if you have done anything fashionable with your mask, please do also show us. And like I said earlier, anything that's about the new normal, where you are staying right now, please do share it with us, whether it's a story, whether it's your photo, it's your video, please do share. This is going to be an ongoing, talk here in Illustrado. And I think before we end this live stream today, and this was really fun, let's announce again the super promotion for Illustrado fans from the Radisson Blu Dubai Dairy Creek Hotel.
Yeah, I need to find that, but hold on. Okay, so Fish Market is again already open. That's from 12 noon until 10 p.m. But the offer is on their brunch, which is every Friday. That's from 12:30 to 4 p.m. That's $299 per person. A feast on unlimited seafood, grills, and mains, and all the things that like are nice that you can think of. And all you need to do is it's a buy one get one offer. All you need to do is book a reservation and use the code Illustrado.
Yes, okay, so use the code word or the code Illustrado. And guys, please, we remind you again, if you have any friends who are looking for jobs, who want career development or trying to, become an entrepreneur or a self-employed or a freelancer, person, please do ask them to join our webinar on the 15th. It's the webinar of Illustrado Learn How to Get That Job. You have to pre-register. We're going to be sharing the link to that later on. And of course, it will be facilitated by our HR experts. So it's packed full with so much valuable and actionable information. And this is it. We're wrapping up the show, guys. I think what's the main message for you, Alwee, before I give mine for this new normal?
I think for the new normal, I was afraid for this life because like the new normal again, it's not the new normal for everyone. And it's such a big thing. Like it might be a simple question, like what's the new normal? But it really is not. So I think since the situation is not the same for everyone, like everyone should be aware of their privilege when like saying something or posting something online, and just be aware of the privilege in every time we speak, and just be thankful also that like we are surviving this pandemic in like any way we can.
Definitely. I mean, like we said before, this is it, guys. We're here. Things are not going to go back to how they were in the past. We're in a new era, new period in our lives. So I guess the best way to do it is to embrace it and to adapt and to see how we can move from there and how we can thrive, right? All of us are trying to figure this out, but like Alwee said, let's be mindful, let's be sensitive with how we communicate out there with, always be thankful of our privileges and know that other people are in so much worse situations than we are in right now. And as much as possible, if we can help, please do help. And keep positive, always keep that sunshine and stay safe, guys. Wash your hands, wear your mask, wear your gloves if you need to, but always stay happy and always have this spot of sunshine, within you. And that's what we're trying to do here at Illustrado GO Live. So thank you once again for joining us. And please do share your stories, guys. And this is it for me, Lalaine Chu-Benitez, editor-in-chief here at Illustrado Magazine, and
Villarosa, fashion editor. No, I'm not fashion editor. No, I'm the editor. I'm the features editor of Illustrado Magazine. Thank you for joining us, and we see you.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.